Well, an early start to the morning. The snow out there is horrible. That's the only trouble with this time of the year. Snow is not very good for walking around. But hopefully here in the forest it'll be a little bit better. Just out there it's pretty yuck. This doesn't look too bad. This is much less. I was literally breaking through a foot and a half of what can only be described as garbage snow. That there is actually a lake. It doesn't look like much, but I wouldn't recommend walking across there at the moment. Right, I'm going to head on this way and see what I can find. Well, so far coming along that bottom, that looks very promising. Somebody went up through there with a chainsaw, cleared out all the big stuff. This is my turn off. I've got to go up there. That's the turn off. That takes you back down to the road. Don't want to go that way. Oh, very promising. Well, hopefully there's somebody at the top of the hill. Took out one of those big ones at the top of the hill. Somebody's definitely been up here with a chainsaw, so that's nice. Right, now the climb begins. This time of the year is always interesting because the snow's still quite deep on the sides. We have had a huge amount of melting, so that's good. We probably lost a foot or two of snow, so that's good. But unfortunately this time of the year, the ground can be rock solid. Then you go around a corner and then it's soft as hell. So unfortunately I do still have to have my spikes on this time of the year. It's a very good idea to have them with you. But, I'm not sure if I might just go up this side and back down this side, because the back face of this one doesn't get any sun for about another month or so. But snow down the back of there can be quite horrible. So I will continue on up this way and see what I find. Well, this is always something good to find. Bracket fungus. Anybody who does bushcraft will know what you can do with that. You can carry fire a very long way with that. And there's a couple on these downed logs here already. So there's another one there. So always nice to find somewhere like this. It's got nice logs. All been cleared off the trail in the past. But as you can see, still a fair amount of snow up in here. Oh, more bracket fungus outside. Look. Good. Find a piece of that that's nice and dry. Actually makes for a very good fire starter, and also enables you to carry a fire for a very long distance if you don't have anything else with you. Right, I'm going to continue on up the hill. Well, I've stopped to do a video, aka have a break. It's steep up there, especially on soft snow. This tree is what I call the big tree. It's nice to see this one still here. This is a fairly large tree, but my pole there is it's a fairly big tree. Yeah, I call that the big tree. The other good thing about this time of the year is the leaves aren't out yet, so you still get the nice views. Still looks good. There's a dual reason for me coming up here, because from the top of this hill I know that I can see a place that I like to go, and I'll be able to see how good it is in there at the moment. Look at that forest, isn't that nice? The really long shadows are gone now. Yeah, we're getting back into short shadows. Long shadow season is winter around here. I get a lot of daylight sometimes. This time of the year though, I do still have my pack and my gear with me and all that kind of good stuff, because you never know, around here weather can change really fast, so you do not want to be stuck up here in yeah, it gives you an idea that just off the trail, that's how deep that snow is. Yeah, careful where you walk. So 1 minute we're on snow and ice, and the next minute where the sun has hit. As you can see, we're doing very good. Let's get that off there. Yeah, the edge of the aspen forest is usually pretty good, because the sunlight hits the ground early if it's south facing, and it melts good. That's why I'm doing this trail today. This is an early season trail. I try not to come up here in the summer because it does actually get quite busy. but it gets pretty steep up this next little section, so I'm going to put this away and do some when I get to the top. Alright, stop for another photography break. It's not as young as I used to be. Out there through the mountains, as you can see, that's the bigger mountains there. Lots of snow up there still, loads of snow everywhere actually, which is good because that's this year's water supply. Not just for us, but for the forest and everything up through here. Yeah. Oh, there's some geese. Where are they? Down the bottom there somewhere. There is a large amount of open water down the bottom there. It's all land created by the beavers. It's amazing how those little guys transform the valleys and what have you. And it's a good job they do, because that stores all the water, stores all the nutrients, and creates amazing land. I can hear where they are. They're flying down that valley, but I can't actually see them. Too many trees. Amazing sound. And this is why I live here. Yeah, there's plenty of places in the world that are warmer. There's plenty of places in the world that are bloody colder too. It's but here, this is looking very promising, because I know that this tree was here last year. I didn't cut this one. This is one of the other reasons I'm coming up here, because if the big mess at the top of the hill hadn't been tackled, that was one of the things I was going to do this year. Now, where I have to go is up there, but I'm not going to take the scenic route. I'll take the round the corner slow route. Right, I'll do some more when I get up the top. Well, that's some good news. I'm up near, this was the mess, from about that tree down there all the way up through here. Last year this was just an absolute pick up sticks of garbage right the way down through this bit, which is why I came up here today to have a look to see if it had been done. If it hadn't been done, I was going to make a start on it. However, look at this. This was all, you should have seen it. It was just, there's no way you could walk through this piece. That took somebody quite a while. These piles of wood, eh? Yeah, the wind came up the ridge, literally blew all this lot right out of here, all the way from the top of that hill right up through here. So whoever that was that cut that, thank you very much. Actually just made my day, because it was all just a complete mess right the way across to about here somewhere, just on this corner I think. Yeah, literally you couldn't walk through this piece last year, and people are starting to make a detour around it, as people will. Look at it all. Yeah, the other year, I think this is where you could get back onto the trail. It was on this corner. Yeah, I think this was the point at which you could get back onto this trail. So from here to the top of that next ridge was literally nothing but trees. Now it's all clear. So whoever that was, thank you most kindly. If that doesn't make the walk up here worthwhile, I don't know what does. Perfect. I brought my big saw with me today as well, just in case. Just head over this way a little bit. There we go. Oh, nice. Look at that down through there. Isn't that lovely? It's warm, I tell you. I think they said it's going to be like 8 to 10 degrees today, which, when it's been minus bloody cold all winter, is actually surprisingly warm. I do have my coat with me. I have a small sweatshirt on and a t-shirt, but I have a sneaking suspicion very shortly sweatshirt's coming off. This is most definitely t-shirt weather. Right, let's get back onto the trail, which is over through here. Oh, I'm glad somebody cleared that lot out. I brought all my gear with me today, just in case. A bit more snow. That's the only trouble this time of year, see? 1 minute got no snow, and the next minute, steady days. Oh yeah, so let's have a look. Yeah, you step off the trail and the snow's that deep, so you have to look careful in places. Yeah. This was about the last bit that you could get to any sense last year, because it was all just a big mess. Isn't that good? Right, where I'm heading is up the top of that hill right in front of me there, right smack in the middle of the shot. But if that ain't nice, look at that. That's why I come here. This is a good early season route as well. Gets the legs moving after a winter of stagnation. I can tell you, this gets the legs moving. These old trees, love these old trees. Yeah. Right, time to head on up to the top. Well, this is one of the places that I like to come and just sit for a while. Quite a lot of the places I go around the mountains, I have rocks. I call them contemplation rocks. And if you could see the view, I'll show you in a second. If you could see the view that I'm looking at now, you'd know why I sit here. I've sat here before for quite some considerable time, and it is a good spot. Yeah, it's also a very good spot for a rest, because walking up through that soft snow is not fun. Yeah. In the middle of the winter, the snow is set rock solid, so you don't have too much trouble with it. Over there, yeah, that's some pretty deep snow still over that way. Right. Let me just grab that camera and I will show you the view that I got. You can see why I sit there. That is the view from Contemplation Rock, one of many that I have around the mountains, places I like to sit. Yeah, that is rather nice, eh? Right, time to continue. Yeah, nice sound, eh? Oh. I've stopped to do some video, because walking up through that snow, it's actually quite deep. It's one of those one pace forward, half step backwards kind of slopes. That's a tough one in the summer. This time of the year, yeah, let me tell you. Good news is, I'm almost at the top. Unfortunately, I'm not 20 anymore. I should be 20, but I'm not. That's nice, that tree, eh? Yeah. Right. Yippee! Ah. Oh, that's better. The good news is, this is the top. There is nowhere higher. This is it. Oh, that old dead tree that was there's fallen. There was a tree here. This one. It was kind of sitting up. I guess the wind got that one. Yeah. There's all the mountains over there. I can see Yamnuska down through the gap there. I'll try and highlight it on the video when I do the video later. Up across the top of those hills is nice. There's some really good mountains down through the middle of that lot. And over there, there's really nice mountains. All down through the bottom here, you can see them. There's all kinds of ponds and waterways and that down through there. That's all beaver country that is down there. Yeah, that is nice, eh? That wind in the trees. This is what makes places like this just insanely fantastic. So I'm gonna stop waffling. I'm gonna get this pack off, because although this is my light pack, it's still heavy lugging it up the hill. And I'm gonna sit down and enjoy this view and have something to eat. Right, so I set this up today a little bit into the sun. waking up, 9 times out of 10 they got cubs and that with them as well, so it's a good idea to make sure you know what it is. And I did bring my big saw with me, and I was lucky to have it today. Last time I came up here on this whole trail all the way around, I cleared out 37 trees. Today, not one. It's a good day. However, to get to food, it's in the bottom here. Got the coats, and I did remember my tea. And somewhere in the bottom here should be a bag of food. As I always tell people, make sure everything's in Ziplocs. It reduces the scent trail. Oh, there we go. A perfect chair. Absolutely perfect chair. Just plays right there. Yeah, something that's very important in places like this. Always make sure that you minimise food smells. So since I've walked all the way up here, I'm going to treat myself to a cup of tea. Tea time it is. And the good thing is, the more tea I drink, the lighter my pack is when I go back down. So we will take that. Cheers. That was a good walk up here, I tell you. The forests on this side of the mountain, like the more northerly face, that snow can stay there for quite a while. I can see the mountains over there. You can tell which are the south sides and which are the north sides. So that's also something this time of the year that aids in navigation. I mean, if you're not sure which way is north, south, east or west is, just look for the land that has no snow. That side faces south. Yeah. But the other side, if the snow's up to your knees, you're heading north pretty much. Yeah. Or you're in a valley that gets no sunshine. That's entirely possible. That sun's coming round, so I'm not sure how that's going to do on the lens. So we shall see. Listen to the birds. I don't know if you can hear the birds on there, but trust me, they are all singing. It's that time of the year. I want to head up that valley over there. There's a little valley up in there. I started going up in that way once. And, that's rough. That's not just rough, that is seriously rough. It's very hard to get over there. But I've always wondered what's up that valley. And, you know, curiosity gets you. So sometimes you just have to go and have a look. Oh, that is good. That is good tea. Uh-oh, spilling tea. No good. There's a considerable cliff down there. You have to kind of be a bit aware of that. Oh. If this is not the best way to start a day, I have no clue what is. Sitting on top of a hill, enjoying the day. Yeah, just watching the snow melt off the mountains. Wind in the trees. Look at this for sunshine. That's one good thing about living here. We get, on average, we get 329 sunny days a year. So it, yeah, it might be minus 30, but it's still sunny, so it makes it feel better. Even though you're freezing to death, it still feels good. Whilst you're freezing, you know that you're feeling good. And that, I have to say, was a very good cup of tea. Let's put that down there for a second. Ooh, that wind's coming round. So I've switched around out of the sun there. That was getting a bit full on sun onto the lens there. Somebody's put a very nice rock in there. And it makes a perfect chair. So, food time. As always, whatever you bring up the mountain with you, goes back down again. I did this last year, sat right here, right about this time I think, This is not the best knife for peeling oranges, but it works nonetheless. So, it is orange time. I can't remember if it was last year or the year before I sat here and did this. One of them. As I always say, make sure you put your gear away when you're finished. And anything you bring up here, even though people think, oh, you know, this is organic, it'll just rot away. It doesn't belong here, so. Oh my goodness. That is so good. That is beyond good. If you've never sat on top of a mountain eating an orange, you really should, because that is something else. I'm just looking at the contrail. There's a plane over there. I don't know if it's still in shot. There's a plane over there. He's heading to the west coast, I think, heading out towards BC, heading towards the Pacific there. And it the contrails are vanishing very fast, so that means we got really high pressure. So that's good. See, here we can get the Chinooks coming, get the wind come over the mountain. So sat here you can have insanely strong winds, and like 10 miles that way there's nothing. It's just a beautiful day. But it those contrails aren't lasting long, so that's good. One of the things I do with these small oranges, if I peel the whole orange, you invariably, when you squeeze it, you always get orange juice in your eyes. Doesn't matter how you do it, doesn't matter where you stand, the orange juice will always get you in the eye. So if you break them up into quarters like this, that's why I cut them into quarters. If you break them up like this, then you don't get all that orange juice in your eyes. Insanely nice day. Right. That is an amazing day. I should do some more in a minute. So I finished having something to eat here. Yeah, a little while ago I was listening to Disturbed singing the Sound of Silence. But I can tell you, nature's version of silence, it's way nicer. Listen to that. Cloud's starting to build out that way, as you can see. What I should have done is bought my my big batteries. I could have done a time lapse over that way. There's not much cloud moving very fast over there, so although you don't see it. I mean, when I got here, there was next to nothing for cloud up that way. It is building, but builds very, very slowly. Yeah, looks like it's hardly moving. The Yamnuska Mountain, which is pretty much in the middle of the shot there now. I've been sitting there watching the cloud patterns moving across the front face. That front face of Yamnuska is about 500 feet straight down. It's a very, very popular climbing mountain around here. It's also one of those Instagram places where everybody goes and they like to hang off the top of a cliff. I have no idea why, because it is literally 500 feet straight down. Yeah, halfway down that hill you're going to think, oh crap, was it really worth trying to get a picture? But whatever, I see all kinds of crazy pictures taken from up there. As you can see, clouds moving across the front face there. If I'd have bought my big battery with me, I could have sat here and done a time lapse. But these little batteries, they don't last too long on the time lapses. You need something that can run for like 3 or 4 hours. But this is nature's version of the Sound of Silence. Good, isn't it? I prefer this version. There is a reasonable sized cliff band across here that heads straight down. There are some rocks down here that you can actually sit on, but it's a little bit on the tricky side in spots, so I'm not going to do tree was standing the other year, and the wind finally got it. Everything's starting to bud up. I was looking at the buds on this tree, just wandering around looking at them. They're all starting to puff up. It won't be long before they're sprouting. We get one decent rain. What it takes around here is one decent rain event. You get one really big rain event, and hey presto, everything turns green. Grass turns green, everything melts, all the snow vanishes, and all the trees go bing. You get up in the morning and suddenly covered in leaves. And it is almost as quick as that. I kid you not. So I'm just going to stand out the wind here a bit. There we go. Wind's starting to come up over the hill. As you can see, there's still a fair amount of snow in here in places. But if that ain't nice, I don't know what is. All the hollows around the bottom of the trees with the little tree wells there. Yes, that wind's got a little bit of chill to it. Although it says it's going to be like 8 degrees or whatever it is today, 9 degrees, something like that I think. But, when the wind's not blowing, it's beautiful, almost sunbathing. You know, I've just been having a very short nap. Yeah. The ground is not conducive to sleeping on. However, at least it's flat. It's just got some lumpy bits in it, which is a real pain. And the problem is, when you've had your eyes closed for a while, you open your eyes and then suddenly everything's like really, really, really bright. Yeah. Right. I'm going to do some more video on the way down, but other than that, I'm just going to sit and enjoy the sunshine. I just bumped into a group of very nice people heading on up the trail there. But, that wind is certainly getting up, a lot more wind. This is one of those that I cut out last year. Show you how the resin and that forms on the tree. Good, eh? Yeah. Right. This is pretty much the last bit along this. We can get a good view. I don't know if you can hear the wind. That's where I was just now, at the top of that hill up there. There's that lone single tree in the middle there, with a twiggy bit on the top. That's where I was. Ooh, yeah, that wind is definitely getting up. Right, this bit down through here, this was the piece that was really rough. I can actually feel the difference in the snow from when I was up here this morning. It's all turned soft, which is why I'm not going down the back way, because the snow down there is going to be horrible. This bit's not too bad. Oh yeah, this is soft. No, this was the bit that was all the big mess last year. Basically, to get round here, you had to cut down through there and around the bottom of all these trees. But somebody, thank you very much, whoever it was, has been up here with a chainsaw. This was my plan for today. If this lot hadn't been touched, if it had just been left, I was going to make a start on it. But I don't even want to know how many trees there are through this piece. It would have taken me probably several days to clear through this lot. With a chainsaw, it would take me probably a couple of hours, maybe 3. But cutting them by hand, considerably longer. Yeah, those trees were literally both sides of the trail here, all the way up to about here somewhere. Just over this hill was the beginning of that mess. Just about here somewhere, I think it was. And in order to get round it all, yeah, here we go. This lot here, this was the beginning of it. So from here to the other side of that hill was, you had to literally bushwhack down through the bottom of the trees and back round. But somebody, thank you very much, has been up here with a chainsaw. That is rather nice. I cut those two down there I cut out last year. Like I say, on this route last year, I cut out 37 trees all the way around here in total. Absolutely insane, but fortunately this mess at the top has all been done. So I'm going to enjoy the walk back down the hill and do some more on the way down. And here I am back down the bottom. It's pretty much flat all the way from here. Once I get out into the open there, I see how soft the snow has become. It's this is a nice bit of forest through here. This one here I cleared out. This log, I can tell you, is a very heavy log. I cut that one out of there last year. That's extremely heavy wood, very dense. Now, the big one up here across the trail, which I don't like these big ones left like this. As you can see, somebody's been here with a chainsaw. Thank goodness. Cut all these up. They will cut trees that big, but they're kind of dangerous. This one here, I'm surprised they didn't take this one out, because this one is in the process of falling. It hasn't hit the deck yet, but there's not a lot holding it up in there. So, if you look at it, it's just wedged between two pieces of tree, one of which is completely dead. So I'm surprised they didn't take that one out. But either way, thank you very much, whoever it was that cleared out all these other ones. So far, I came up here today with the expressed view of having a look to see how many needed clearing out, and not a single solitary tree, not one. No blowdown across the trail whatsoever. Absolutely fantastic. Now, if I hadn't brought my saw with me, there'd been a tree every 10 feet. But I have my big saw and my little saw with me today. So I'm going to head back out across, out over the meadows. I will use that as a closeout shot. Thanks for coming along for the walk.